Hi, I am Gracie Peters. Today I'm going to be retelling the story Pretend by Jennifer Pelkaz. I am going to ask that you bear with me. We just moved into a new house, so I am using everything as my props, as stuff that I could find that we already had. Dingo, my trusty little guy right there, is actually going to be helping me with the story, depending on how cooperative he is. So this story is about a little boy and his dad going on a pretend trip. It's all pretend. They make it up. They are sitting in their living room just as we are right now. The story begins with the dad and the little boy sitting on the couch. So I will be the little boy and Dingo's going to be our little dad today. They begin by the little boy asks his dad if he would like to pretend with him. He pretends that the couch is our boat. As they are going on their ride in the ocean, they eventually come to the decision that they are going to fish together. He has his fishing line, our fishing line right here. They are fishing for fish. Eventually, they end up catching their fish and cooking it on a pretend fire that they also make with inside of their boat. We are still sitting on our boat. Dingo has his fish right here. He says that it's just right. I will try my fish. I think it's just right too. It is great. Eventually, we are sitting on our boat. We are looking for our binoculars. Our dad, for some reason, cannot find his binoculars in his pockets. We don't know where they're at. I pull my binoculars out of my pocket, and I notice that they are right here. I start looking around and I discover an island. There is an island right over there. We are going to go to that island. Once we get to our island, we notice that it's very, very, very high up, and we are going to have to use each other to get up there. We use ropes. We are climbing. We're standing on our boat to use it. Our dad is still over there on our boat. Once we get to the top, we realize that we can see everything from up here. There is so much up here. We can see everything. It's a beautiful sunset. It's great. Once we get done with that and we realize that it's nighttime and we start looking at our stars above us, we decide that we are going to make a fort together. So the dad and the little boy, me being the little boy, that being my dad, who's not very cooperative tonight, make a fort, and our fort is going to be right over here. I have it pre-made for us on our island. At the very end of the story, the dad and the little boy get in their fort. The dad convinces the little boy that it's a good idea to lay down and pretend that they are going to sleep for the rest of the time. While they are laying here, we can pretend this is the other little boy. While they are laying here, they both say that they're great. You're pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. And that is the end of our story. And I know I reenacted that very poorly, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to talk a little bit about this book and why I found it very interesting and why I wanted to do it. I have been in a 6th grade classroom, and I decided to do this book because I think everyone can use a little bit of imagination. I really found it awesome that the dad was participating with the little boy. They also had a dog in their story as well. There were still rules. They had magazines. Sometimes they went in and out of the imagination. Within the book, they did show a few scenes where they were in the living room and a few scenes not in the living room. I will show those right now. So this is when they finally find their island. Our island was over there. We made it work. And then you will see later on in the book, or just not in the book, they're using their hands as binoculars, just using their imaginations. I really found this book interesting and chose to do it tonight, and I'm sorry for my very poor acting skills, and I didn't have anyone else do it with me tonight, unfortunately, except Dingo, and he wasn't very good at it. But I believe all students can benefit from a little imagination. I didn't have a great imagination when I was growing up. A lot of my friends did. They became very creative individuals, and I struggle with creativity. Having an imagination is good for kids. I like kids to stay kids for as long as possible. I know that's harder when they're getting into older grades, but I believe this book shows that it's okay to be a kid. It's okay to have an imagination. It's okay to believe in stuff. It's okay to make believe sometimes. Obviously, there's going to be some times that need to be a little bit more serious, but I think this is a great book for younger grades, but I also think it's a great book to show to older kids and just talk to them about being kids. I think kids are trying to grow up way too fast, and I believe this book is a good way to show children that they can still pretend. Thank you for watching my video and bearing with me. I really appreciate it. I'm very sorry about my poor skills. I tried with what I had. But yes, I recommend this book to anyone that is willing to read it. I think it's a great book, and I have enjoyed reading it so far and analyzing it. So thank you.